Hey everybody, it's Sabrina. So the other day I asked you for some suggestions on video content, and a few of the suggestions were a, journal with me or live journaling. I'm not sure if I'm ready for live or even know how to set up live, but I thought this might be the next best option. So please let me know what you think. This feels kind of like really personal to be sharing this with you guys, but this was me journaling last night. So I started off knowing that kind of my main topic to start off the day would be something to do with the fact that I am probably going through perimenopause and dealing with some hormonal changes. So I titled it Name That Emotion, and I used a Coffee Monster Co. washi tape that's like for bad days. And then I showed you a little bit ago a close-up of the sticker that I wanted to use with like a scattered brain. And I wanted to just talk about how throughout the entire day, I was just feeling like meh, but I couldn't really figure out like how to name that emotion. And so I wrote a pretty long paragraph about that. My paragraph was a little bit rambling, but it felt good to kind of get my thoughts out as it usually does for journaling. But I just said that, I went to bed really cranky the night before. I woke up feeling okay, but that, sleeping in is starting to get to me. I feel like I need my routine. I'm almost ready to go back to school, as silly as that sounds. But it's just everything. I don't know. Everything was feeling meh. And today I feel better, but I am definitely on a roller coaster of like, what's coming next? And I slowly dragged myself outside and I did some things outside, so that definitely helped. And I picked a purple color for the title that says Name That Emotion, because purple is in the washi tape, and I am using that same purple pen to kind of do some highlighted words like I did meh, and then I also talked about the book that I was reading. So I like to use the Tombow to highlight first and then I will write. And so the other thing that I highlighted was slowly dragged, and then of course meh. I think I highlighted that twice. So once I get this big section done, I can move on to the next section, which is going to be, I think I start talking about to-do lists. But I wrapped up my paragraph just saying that it's frustrating to just feel blah and to kind of not feel yourself, but not be able to exactly like pinpoint what in the world is going on. So that's kind of how I was feeling yesterday. It's kind of how I'm feeling in general. But like I said a little bit ago, it's definitely a roller coaster. So I drew a line right down the middle where I think Hobonichi provides kind of a line. So I draw that, and then I want to outline my title that says Name That Emotion. I love doing that. It just adds a little bit of pop to the title and helps emphasize my title. So I just go ahead and outline that entire thing, and the next thing I'm going to do is figure out what colors I want to use. I want to pull some more from the washi tape. I think I'm going to get some grays and maybe a pink. So I have like a test paper that I use all the time. I don't have any like great charts on my Tombows. I don't remember what the colors are. So I'm constantly checking the colors and if I like the colors. So I do go with a light gray and a dark gray, and then a purple and a little bit of a pink. And this is where I will start on my next topic. About was to-do list. You can even see my orange post-it notes right there in camera. I use a really fun app called Finch, and it helps me do my goals, because I can have this little bird that helps me take care of my goals, and I can buy the bird stuff for the birdhouse and outfits and on and on and on. So this Finch app is really helpful in getting my goals done, but to-do lists are still really hard. And this is kind of personal, but it feels embarrassing almost that I can't finish a to-do list, but I am reminding myself that I'm doing my best. I'm enjoying summer. So I think that that's what counts the most. So I just wanted to jot down a little bit of an update because I had written about to-do list on Sunday and how that's just kind of something that I've been really working on, and I'll just keep working on it because that's all I can do. I do realize that I'm a very busy person and juggling a lot of different balls in the air. So the next thing I wanted to do is, since I have Post-it notes, I thought I might use a Post-it note from the Coffee Monster Co. and use the washi tape that says like you're doing great and layer it on top of that Post-it note. So that's what I'm trying here, but I really didn't like it. So I put the Post-it note back and I'm just going to layer some tape. And the way that I layered it is so that there is a phrase and then like the emoji head and then another phrase. So it says you can handle this, then the cute little face, and then you are doing great. And I took the other little emoji head and I'm going to show you that. I put it on, I think this is called the dashboard, like the start of the month. So I just put random bits and pieces that didn't fit on my spreads. I just put them there. So that's what I decided to put there. The next thing that I wanted to talk about, I think I was looking for something to do with shopping. I don't have a lot of washi tape or stickers about shopping. And my Coffee Monster Co. washi is just bursting. I actually just ordered another washi container specifically for the Coffee Monster Co. So we had a little family outing and it involved ice cream. So I thought maybe like the houses, the rainbow houses could work for shopping. And then I looked at another one and I was like, okay, none of these are working. I need to just move on and make a decision. I did pull out one that was about baking, and I knew that I was going to have two little stories about the evening. So I pulled out my black star evening washi tape. And then I'm trying to think, okay, I don't have shopping washi. I don't really have shopping stickers. What can I do? I do have a sticker sheet that I absolutely love that says happy moment. So I decided to just start with that. Let's start with that. Keep moving forward. And then I'm just going to call it family outing. And I draw a line with my Tombow, and then I use my other Tombow, like the hard tip pen, to write out family, and then I put outing. And of course I will outline those letters later on, but I wanted to talk about how I had cleared off the porch ledge and I wanted to paint it. And so I told my husband and he looked for the paint and we all decided, let's go. Let's just get out of the house. That's one of the nice things about summer, is just you can go out on a random afternoon and go somewhere. So we went to go get the bottle of paint, and then my son actually had a really good idea to make milkshakes, and we actually needed a new blender. So we decided to go to Target and get a new blender. And then we made the milkshakes before dinner, because why not? We should all have milkshakes before dinner. And they were so good. Like, even me, and I don't typically eat milkshakes or drink milkshakes, but I loved it. And I told my daughter, I'm like, this is better than the McFlurries from McDonald's, because my husband actually made a second batch that had Oreos in it. And I wound up using a Coffee Monster Co. sticker from the June monthly, I believe. And it's a little emoji having ice cream, but you know what? I figured it's going to work just fine. And I also took my darker gray and I did a couple lines with the darker gray, and I will use my soft tip Tombow to write out the word delicious, and it'll make it pop just a little bit more, because I usually like to have like 3 or 4 main sections or main stories, but I love using those Tombows to just kind of highlight certain words and the different titles of my stories. And I'm going to wind up with, I think, 4 kind of stories with big titles. And I also peeled off those washi stickers. Oh my goodness, they were so hard to get off. But there was a little circle that looked like a waffle cone. So I peeled that off and I added it to the happy moment, and also a little piece of chocolate and another circle sticker. And it made for a kind of like a visual triangle between all those different stickers, and it helps your eye kind of travel around the page. So I love how that little section came together, and let me tell you, milkshakes, it was delicious. So good. So at this point, I have 2 more sections to fill out over on the left-hand side. So I just need to think about what else I want to add. Sometimes if I have like just a small section, I will do a running list, but I actually knew that I had some specific stories that I wanted to talk about. So I'm going to talk about family dinner and also some evening joys. So when I do family dinner, I knew that I wanted to bring in some more of the pink because I'd only used it a few times over on the right-hand side. So what I'm going to do is I will highlight with pink and then put family and then dinner, and go ahead and do a little bit of journaling about how I made a really fancy dinner, even though I wasn't expecting it. I don't know. My husband was supposed to help me cook, but then he ran an errand with our son, so that was fine. But I am so hot all the time. Again, changes. And I made spaghetti meat sauce with kale, and then I tried the new bonza pasta that has like protein in it, and it was absolutely delicious. Our teenager was even eating it, so I wrote a little bit about that. I also grabbed a sticker that's like family eating at the dinner table, and I'm gonna outline the letters dinner, and then I'm outlining the letters on outing. That way those pop, because then the words, you know, name that emotion, dinner, and outing, that kind of makes another visual triangle to help your eye travel along the page. So making bubble letters with Tombows and then outlining them is definitely my go-to always. Last little bit that I'm going to add before I'll wrap up this page is I'll add that kind of nighttime washi tape, the black washi tape, and I love it. It was perfect. It's just a second little piece of tape, and I'm going to talk about 2 pieces of the evening. I will bring back in the purple, because the purple again will kind of connect your eye to the name that emotion that has the purple title as well. And so it all comes together really nicely and cohesively. So outline with Tombow, and then write evening and then joy. And I just said I went on a sunset walk with my husband, and we have bats in our neighborhood, so I got to see the bats. And we were standing on the sidewalk, and then somebody walked by and they're like, "What are you guys looking at?" And I was like, "Bats, they're so amazing." So that was really fun. And then I came home and I got to read in the backyard with my daughter and our new twinkle lights that my husband hung up. So that was definitely some joy that I needed after a really funky feeling day. And then I wound up staying up very late because I was just like wide awake, tired all day, and then wide awake. I'm all thrown off. But there you go. That's my page. I hope you guys enjoyed this different type of video. I would love a thumbs up or a subscribe. Thanks so much. Have a good day. Bye.